moms, and welcome to a new episode of What About That Woman. I'm Danielle Avery, and I just want to say welcome into 2021. 2020 was a bit hectic. If you don't already know, if you don't already follow my channel, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But I took about 10 months off of recording videos. Just wanted to focus on the family, focus on, getting my mental correct for the pandemic, everything was going on. I wanted to come in, start new 2021 with a few updates. So 2020, it was bittersweet for me, as I can say for most of you guys. Some people I've seen on Instagram and social media that it was more bitter than sweet. My grandma died in April. She was in a nursing home. We couldn't see her once the shutdown came, so she ended up dying from dementia in April. I was picking up my daughter on 95, going to pick her up from her dad, and I ended up getting in a car accident. A deer, yes y'all, Bambi came out and hit me. The deer was running out on 95. I was in the middle lane. It hit my car. I was actually in my husband's car, and thank God we were able to get a brand new car. So even though it was bitter, I'm thankful that God spared my life. I'm thankful that God made ways for us to get a new vehicle. So, things happened. And also in 2020, my husband and I, we purchased our first home together. And y'all, that journey was crazy. And I want to do another video on the home buying process, the first time homeowner process. And I'm telling y'all, it's going to be single mom friendly, co-parenting friendly, because sometimes we just don't know where our funds are going to come from when we do go to purchase these types of make these types of purchases. So definitely want to give you guys an inside look at our home buying process, because it was a journey. I talked a little bit about my past budgeting mistakes and my finances when I became a single mom in 2015. And if I was to go back to that same mentality, that same time period, like I would not have been in this house. I probably wouldn't even be married. Just thinking about the things I thought of back then. So I was in a lot of debt. I was ratchet. I did not know how to budget my money back then, but it was 2020, so 5 years later, and we look at 5 years as a long time away, but it's really not. 5 years is you can have your degree in 4 years, 5 years. You can have so much more accomplished. You can be in a new job. You can gain a new skill. You can have another kid. Like, so much can happen in 5 years, and then you look back and was like, oh, but that was just a blink of an eye, right? I look at my daughter. She's 7 now. She's in first grade, and we're frustrated with this virtual learning. If you have older kids, you know that this journey, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody for young kids to do virtual learning. Now, if you are the type of parent where you're homeschooling, you can give that extra attention. That's one thing. But if you have a job where you need to focus on your work, this virtual learning has really just put like a little damper on our relationship. I feel like I'm more frustrated when I'm talking to her. I need more patience. I need to execute more patience, right? We might pray for patience, and some things, we shouldn't really pray for if we're not ready to receive, because, God might give us some more trials just to exercise that patience muscle, right? So just me having to sit down and take a breath of fresh air, it's a struggle. And like, this is my office. I'm working in my office, and her room is upstairs. We have a beautiful 4-bedroom house. So her room is upstairs, and she does her remote learning in her bedroom. And then she likes to come downstairs like every 10 minutes. Mommy, how do you spell this? Mommy, how do you spell that? Or mommy, can I have a snack? I'm like, are you on break? No. Now, sometimes she be downstairs for a whole 5 minutes talking to me. I'm thinking she's on break because it's around break time right now. Yo, she be trying my patience. She just be coming downstairs just to talk, just to have a snack. And you guys know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you got to meet your own deadlines. You got to make your own reporting. If you're working in a call center, you got to be on the phones. If you're working in a performance-based industry where you have to meet certain metrics. Thank God I don't, but I understand how it is. Like, I used to work in a call center, and if I had to still be in a call center and taking calls and then having to go find papers, because the teacher's like, okay, well, look in your blue folder, look in your green folder. Okay, they look in, and sometimes the kids will get frustrated, like, I can't find it. And then they're trying to raise their hands on Zoom, and it's like the teacher doesn't see them. And it's understandable because a lot of the teachers, well, they have a lot of kids in their class. I think it's like about 15 kids in my daughter's class. And first of all, one kid is too much for me to handle on a Zoom call. So imagine a teacher, yes, they're used to handling classrooms, but now we got to handle it virtually. When I sometimes go in my daughter's room, I see kids all over the floor. I see kids just doing whatever they want to do, right? And I'm like, are they really learning? Is my daughter really going to be prepared for second grade? Kindergarten was just, it was better than the knowledge that she learned in daycare, but she has had good daycare providers that actually did above and beyond with her. So yes, she learned a lot in daycare. So kindergarten, I guess, was like a basics, the refresher. She did learn a lot with her vocabulary. One of the vocabulary words in kindergarten was perseverance. I'm not sure if she has a vocabulary word for first grade. We're going to have to check on that now that I think of it. But she has learned the meaning of perseverance. She uses it in a sentence. She even challenges me to persevere. I remember one time I was calling somebody on the phone and they wouldn't answer. I think it was my husband. I was calling him, he wouldn't answer. He's a barber, just in case you guys didn't know. He's a barber. He owns his own barber shop. And I think I was calling him because that makes sense why he didn't answer. So I'm calling, he didn't answer. I called again, and I was like, no, I just leave it alone, right? He was like, Mommy, you gotta persevere. And just to hear her developing, hear her say that, Mommy, yo, you gotta persevere. You can't just give up. That was like a proud mommy moment, right? So she's growing and developing. I'm growing and developing. I'm looking into what's next for my career with my current job. I'm looking forward to, and I don't have any formal schooling. I don't have any, well, I have a few college credits, but I don't have anything like, I don't have a degree. I don't have an associate's, master's, bachelor's, whatever. So I feel like sometimes as a woman and as a minority, I feel like I need that to get to the next step in my career. But sometimes you really don't need that, right? And sometimes you want to provide for your family a little bit more than what you're already doing. So I have been looking for other positions within my company. I have been working on my business. If you guys don't know, I have a boutique. It's a modest clothing boutique for women. It's called Shop with 1L, shopwith1l.com, y'all. But I've been looking at different opportunities, different ways to gain more income. I've been looking at more finance podcasts on YouTube. I've been just researching ways to develop myself better. So yes, 2020 was bitter. It also was sweet because, one, spiritually, let's go spiritually, right? I have learned to depend on God more. I've learned that, God is our provider. God is our source. In the beginning of the pandemic, my husband had to close down his barbershop, and thank God that we learned to live on one income. At that time, he didn't have the car that he has now, so the payment was lower, and he was almost done paying his car. Like, I was really devastated once I got into the accident, because I'm like, oh my goodness, he got to pay. Um, he got to start his car note all over again, but thank God he was able to get a very low interest rate on his car, lower than his car that I was driving, right? So I was devastated. I hit this deer, even though I couldn't have planned for hitting the deer. It still was like I was driving in the car. What could I have done differently? And let's think about it. Be realistic. We are on these busy highways. We're driving, and something comes out of nowhere. You have no time to stop, right? And it was all by the grace of God that I was able to pull over to the shoulder, because I was actually coming down 95. I was in the middle lane, and where I hit the deer, I had to cross into an on ramp. So, in this particular on ramp, tractor trailers are coming fast, and the hood of my car went straight up. Like, when you check your oil, that hood, it went straight up, and so it hit my windshield. So I couldn't see out of the front. I had to use my side mirrors. I had to use my rear view mirrors to merge over into the shoulder. So it was a scary experience, especially I think that a van was behind me riding my butt. So I probably was about to get over anyway. I didn't let them go. But even though 2020 was bitter, there's some sweet points in learning about who God is to you. There's some sweet points in being able to spend more time with your family, being able to just reflect on the things that are important. As people were dying at a more rapid rate than normal because of the COVID-19 virus, there were times when we lost people that we felt like we knew. Like, Black Panther died, and some other people died in 2020. But I'm thinking of Black Panther because my daughter is in love with him. Like, she's like, Mommy, if I could wish for one thing, it was to bring back Black Panther back to life. And I'm like, sis, we can't wish for things like that because it ain't gonna happen, right? So, so many tragedies happened in 2020. But the point is, even though something tragic is going on, we're not going to let it bog us down with negative thoughts. Let's just try to think a little bit more positively about the things that we go through in life. I was listening to something, and a mom was like, F them kids. And I just felt so hurt that I had to click off of what I was listening to. I think I was on Clubhouse. And I was like, not to judge that mom, because I know some of us, we have those moments when we're like, yo, I'm done. I'm done. I want to throw in the towel. I'm just done. But the melanin in this clicks in, and we just be like, look, we gotta put on our big girl panties and do what we need to do. And that's what a lot of us moms do. We like, look, if I need to cry, I'm gonna wait until my child go to sleep, and I'm gonna boo-hoo it out, right? I'm gonna have my Kleenex next to the bed. I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna get me a self-care day. Like, I'm gonna just take some me time when they go to sleep. But some moms don't have that. And if you're one of those moms, it's okay. But there's also a point where we have to say we're not handling this correctly. Yes, we're frustrated, but let's find out other ways where we don't have to be as frustrated as we are, right? For me, I turn to my faith in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe him. I read the Bible when I'm feeling overwhelmed. I look at certain scriptures that deal deal with anxiety, that deal with frustration. I look at maybe sermons. I might type it in on YouTube. I've been following Rock City Church, and also like Pastor Michael Todd. So shout out to them if you guys are listening. Definitely check them out. I do suggest them as your internet pastors, right? So I normally go to those type of avenues, and I also have my friends where I can call them, and I'm like, hey, I'm going through this, or hey, Naya's getting on my nerves right now. Hey, I can talk to my husband about stuff like that. So, oh, and then one thing, I don't want you guys to get dependent on always calling your friend, but if you need to, have that one friend that you can confide in. And I might do another video on how I found friends, but I didn't always have good friends, right? I always wanted to pick maybe the wrong type of friend. And then I would neglect the person that was a true friend to me. So I started to pray and ask God for friends, and He provided them. And even people that I did have a relationship at one time, and we might have fell off or whatever, but now I'm able to build a relationship with them that we weren't able to do. And it wasn't because of anything negative. It wasn't because they did something to me. We're just in a space right now where we can grow and build that communication. So I have people that I can talk to when I need to talk to them. I have a God that I serve, a God that I believe is my father, is my spiritual father, and He won't leave me nor forsake me. So I want you to feel that same way when you're going through these frustrations. 2021 is here. COVID is not going anywhere anytime soon. We're still masked up. We still sanitized. Hopefully you still cleaning your house like you was in 2020, because we were supposed to be cleaning like that before anyway. But we have grown to know way of life. We have adapted. Even though it's hard, we're still making it work, right? So that is the end of my update. I do plan on coming on and doing videos maybe once a month, getting back in the rhythm of it, because I do want to help somebody else. If my testimony can help you, if it can help somebody that you know, please share this with another single mom. Share this with somebody that's co-parenting. I'm thinking about doing a rebranding, because even though I was a single mom, I know the single mom struggles, but that's not really where I'm at right now in life. So I want to just rebrand into like a co-parenting space, right? We're all going through something. We all got something to learn as far as parents. I only have one child, a girl, so I really don't know what boy moms deal with. I know what girl moms deal with up to a certain age. I haven't experienced the teen ages. I haven't experienced full blown puberty when they have different urges, and you pop in and you catch them doing things they're not supposed to be doing. Like, I haven't experienced it, and I hope that my mindset would be kind of accepting of it when it comes, because it's natural. It's a natural function. It's natural for your kids to want to experiment. We experimented when we were kids, so I want to extend that same grace to my child. So I just want my testimony to help somebody out. If I can do anything, it's just to help one person. I don't have to help the masses. I just want to help one. So thank you for watching another episode of our channel. I'm very appreciative of you. Please like this video if it was beneficial to you. Share it on your social media pages. Share it through a text message. Let somebody else know that there is hope, right? Comment below if anything has helped you. Comment below it.